So in that time, we got a management, and our manager, he promised us like the world. He told us, you will go to the US, you will play with this band and that band, and we were like so excited. And I got very close to this manager. I befriended him. He was about maybe 20 years older than me. And I walked in and out at his home. I knew his family very well. And he always told us about this other person that he knew that he is, and that person has really can help us to make it finally. But we never met this person for months. He always told us about him. Once I came into his home even, and he just, while he was there with his children and wife, he told me, oh, Timo, you just missed him. He was here 10 minutes, so we just missed him. And I was like, okay, too bad, maybe next time. And after a few months, the other guitarist in my band, he got so curious that he started to investigate. And one day he called me up and he said, Timo, do you sit? He said, yes, I'm sitting. He said, I need to tell you something. Okay, share. And he said, I figured out that this person that he is always talking about, this person is a real person. But he is dead since 10 years. So, and I was like, I was so shocked, you cannot imagine. Like this whole dream, which I built up in my mind, just collapsed in that moment. Yeah. I felt very, very miserable. And to a point that sometimes I was thinking about to commit suicide. I was really, really desperate. Because it just was, everything was just in that moment taken away from me. Though we still had the band, but we put so much trust, in that management, that we thought, okay, they will help us, because you need to have this vitamin B.
A record label or something that can spearhead you into the industry.
Yeah, exactly. And, many years later, actually, when I became then a Christian, then I was thinking about the situation again. How can that be that he is lying in front of his children and wife and telling us, that there's this other person? Today I understand the state of the dead, which means it might be, that he was visited by demons.
Yes.
And that he might really thought, that he's talking to his friend.
Yeah.
I don't know, God will show me one day, but I guess that this is the situation what happened.
Sure.
Yeah. So in that time I was desperate, but I started to investigate into things, what is going on in the world. For the first time I put my guitar aside since many years. And I started to investigate about things like what's going on in world politics. And so I came across this whole investigation about 9/11 on the internet. And this really changed my worldview very much, very much. I was like, man, these buildings, they put them down, they pulled them down, definitely. This was not like what they tell us in the official story, not at all. And from there, actually, what happened is I felt very miserable. It's interesting, in Luke chapter 21, it says, man's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth.
Yeah.
And I saw these things are coming, and I was afraid because I saw they're coming, a new world order and all that stuff, but I had not, the biblical connection. But in that time, I believe the Holy Spirit impressed me to go back to my parents' home. I picked up a book which I left there for many years, and I started to read the book, The Great Controversy, again.
Wow.
And while I was reading this book, which talks about the controversy between Christ and Satan, how it was unfolded in the last 2,000 years, and what is coming before Christ's second coming, what is happening, while I was reading this, I had this one moment that my eyes went open, and I saw again what was going on. So I had my real deep conversion.